The PS5 is experiencing yet another shortage issue. It's selling out across the board, all across Asia right now, particularly Japan, to the point that people are scalping them. And will those shortages make their way to the US? Will scalpers come back to buying PS5s up in the US because of the shortage issue? And will we have to go back to 2021 where we have to pay exorbitant prices for the PS5 again? Let's get into it. Let's explain why there's a PS5 shortage. I'm Blaze2K. Hit like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Let's get to the news. This video was brought to you guys by you guys on this list here. Consider clicking join. I really need your support more than ever right now. Click join to become a member, get your name on the list, get some cool perks as well on the channel, and help me make better content for you guys. It would really be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. But if you can't or you don't want to, that's okay. Hit the like, subscribe, click the bell icon. But I would really love it if you did, and we'll name every new member and every day in all our videos. All right, going forward. So let's get to the news. So PS5 is reportedly selling out in China following Black Myth Wukong's launch. The ban for the game has resulted in PS5 scalping. The Black Myth, PlayStation 5 is reportedly selling out in China following the launch of Black Myth Wukong. According to the consultant Daniel Camillo, the console is selling out all across China, with stock at the country's largest electronic store, Huang, I'm not even going to pronounce this, struggling to accommodate demand. According to the report, the demand is resulting in scalping and reselling of the console, which hasn't been common since the PS5's 2 years. We know a little bit about that on this channel, don't you? Don't you remember? Don't you remember back when the PS5 launched? We launched a PS5 stock tracking stream, and it was super successful. Millions of people came through, and we helped a bunch of people get PS5s. It was awesome, and that's why I have the subscribers that I do, you guys, so I appreciate it. So Daniel Camillo says PS5 stock selling out in China. In Shenzhen, one of the world's largest electronic markets, it's now clear that sales are extraordinarily high, driven by Wukong. And a lot of, obviously, Chinese consumers and players don't want to build a gaming PC. Maybe a gaming PC doesn't really, you know, it just can't compete with the price of the PS5. But that's not to say that the PC components aren't also taking a hit. Apparently PC components, people are going crazy in China buying this game, and they're buying PS5s to play it on, they're buying PC components to play it on. It's completely crazy. But the bad thing is that it's now stretching over to Japan. Now, if you don't know much about Japan, Japan's experiencing a period of like extreme inflation. They're basically going through a recession right now. It's completely nuts, guys. You know, apparently every $1 in Japan is worth about, no, sorry, with Japanese currency, every dollar is about $1.45 in Japan. So they're basically having to pay like 150% pretty much for everything that they pay for. And we've seen price increases for the PS5, and obviously now we're starting to see the PS5 sell out in Japan because Chinese gamers and Chinese consumers are actually reaching outside their borders now and trying to buy up all the PS5s in Japan, in Asia, around Asia, Taiwan, you name it. They're buying PS5s. So we're wondering now, is that going to mean that we're going to see less PS5s make their way to the US market because of this? Because of the success of Black Myth Wukong? Can Black Myth Wukong basically cripple the entire manufacturing, PS5 manufacturing system? It could very well do. Like I says, they're buying up tens of millions of copies. Obviously, they bought 10 million copies in the first couple of days of Black Myth Wukong. They set a bunch of new records on Steam. And just think about the PS5, how accessible the PS5 is, how cheap it is compared to building a fully fledged gaming PC to play this on. You can imagine there's a lot of PS5s getting purchased right now in China, and they're no longer able to get a PS5 in China, so they'll have to reach out to the, you know, different Asian countries around China, like Japan, to get their hands on the PS5, and then as a result of that, they're selling out in Japan big time. And obviously that's going to affect the manufacturing line. How many PS5s are they going to be able to ship to the US now? Now that they've got to up demand, now the demand has went higher and they've got to make more PS5s for China. It's a mess. But there is a silver lining to this. Obviously, the PS5 Pro is supposedly coming out later this year in November. We're going to be perhaps seeing an announcement next month, which should be exciting. So stay tuned. Let's see. This is a developing story right now. Obviously, a lot of people are unhappy. PS5 price increase in Japan is crazy. Don't see how normal people in Japan can afford one. I have suspicion that the sudden price hike may be due to the massive success of Black Myth Wukong in China. PS5s are selling out, and Japan is a main source of scalped PS5s in China. Let's take a look. So obviously here's people trying to buy PS5 games, trying to buy PS5 consoles, but they're all sold out. Why is it sold out all of a sudden? 8 months it's been normal. Something probably holding stock back until next week. I doubt it. Really? You think? I think it's just because they're not getting as much supply. They're having to like ration out the PS5s in Japan. So let me know what you think. Do you think this is going to make its way over to the US? Do you think we're going to get to the point where American scalpers are scalping PS5s because of the Black Myth Wukong craze in China? It's, you know, are they going to have to divert a lot of American shipments of PS5 to China to satisfy demand? Let me know in the comment section. It's an interesting story. It's developing every day essentially, but we've also got other things on the horizon like the PS5 Pro coming out, a potential PS5, 6 PlayStation portable handheld, PSP 2. There's a lot going on right now in gaming, and it's exciting, so stick with me. Let's cover the news together every day. I'm Bleach2K. Hit like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and if you want to support and throw a couple of pennies my way, consider clicking join. I'd really support it. I'd really appreciate it if you did support. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. I'm Bleach2K. Peace out. Goodbye.